Here's the intro. Do, it's story time. That's the theme song. Did you know?
Story time
Do, it's story time.
with Brocker and Crispy.
Bo-do-bo-bo-do-bo. And here we are in the story corner. I've never called it that before.
Yeah, the story corner.
We're in our in the mansion we share together. We're in two lounge chairs next to a fireplace. We both have glasses of brandy, wearing those like velvet rich people robes.
I cannot confirm nor deny this.
This time, the story will be brought to you by the one and only Krispy Flakes.
That's me.
Do you have a title for your story?
No, I really don't. It's just a lot of happy. Well, I mean, I guess.
Okay, fill in the blank. The tale of the
Ball is life.
All right, sweep me away.
See, when I was in 8th grade, I tried out for the basketball team.
Because you've loved basketball from a young age.
Yeah, I played in 3rd grade. I remember. No. 5th grade was my first year playing, and I scored 2 points. And then 6th grade, I didn't realize basketball still existed in middle school, so I didn't play basketball then. 7th grade, I didn't make the team.
Ooh.
8th grade, though, that was my time to shine, okay? That was my time to shine. So I went, there was tryouts and, you know me hitting 3-pointers and all that stuff out there. Also, there was less kids that tried out for basketball than there were roster spots, so everybody made the team.
Nice and inclusive.
So keep in mind, in 5th grade, when I played basketball, I scored 2 points, okay? So that's very important right there.
Yeah.
So on this basketball team, I went to practice. There was a lot of, like, D-bags out there. I mean, I had a few. I didn't really like many of them. You know, I was the kid that I was kind of sensitive, and I remember I would get, anytime I touched the ball, I would fall to the ground and, like, cradle myself over the ball. And the coach was like, Craig, you can't fall on the ground and start doing that. And then I was like, I hate this! And I took off my ghetto-looking shoes, and I threw it against the wall, and I marched out.
You just couldn't take the heat.
I couldn't take the heat. So I had to get out of Miami. Then, so I started crying and everything, and that was fine. I got over it eventually.
Yeah, you sound over it.
Yeah, so I spent most of my season riding Pine. I didn't play a lot, but then we had the game, okay? We had the game against our biggest rivals in 8th grade.
The stakes were high.
Yeah, at this point, I was about 0 for 5 shooting for the season. I got a few shots up there.
You at least attempted more shots than you got before.
Yeah, so here we are. We are in the big game against the big rival. Coach pushed me in. We were up by like 30 points. Like, yeah, Craig, in the game, damn it. And I was like, okay. So, I was getting all geeked up and everything, and I was doing my little pregame rituals and all that stuff.
What was your pregame ritual? Were you drinking Michael's secret stuff?
Nah, not quite. I actually, you don't know LeBron James. His little chalk thing he does, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Does he eat sticks of chalk?
Yes, he does.
That explains it.
And that's what I did. I get in the game. Coach runs a play for me. Like he's telling the guy, like, hey, run this play so Craig can get a shot up. So they start running the play. I just don't move. I just stand there. Because I think there was this cheerleader I found really attractive, so I was kind of looking at her.
Oh, jeez.
And the coach was like, Craig, you got to move. I was like, what? I was like, oh, I'm in the game. So, we got a turnover right there. No big deal. Like, it happens. Every good player gets turnovers.
Yeah, and some bad players also get them.
Yeah, some bad players get them, too. I was not a bad player.
No, of course not.
So, we're back on our side of the court again. We got the ball. And player passed me the ball. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to shoot this. Like, I'm going to launch the shot up. I shot a 3-pointer, and I banked it in. And clearly lucky because nobody ever banks in 3-pointers. It just doesn't happen. Kept my wrist in the air, hand in the cookie jar. Looking pretty cool out there.
That's the appropriate motion.
Well, first I put my hand down, like, oh God, I thought I screwed something up. But I was like, oh no, it went in. So I put my hand back up, held in the cookie jar, like I was the coolest guy in the world. Everybody was cheering on the bench, had a big moment,
The crowd just explodes in cheers.
Yeah, the explodes and cheers, going crazy,
chanting your name.
Yeah, Crispy, Craig. Okay, whatever. In my mind, it was Crispy. So then, going back on the court, we got back on defense and everything was fine. Got a steal or something. It's probably me. Knowing me, probably got a steal. I went back. I took another shot. Got fouled. Went to the free throw line. So, the cheerleaders are doing the little dance like, oh, go Craig, yeah. And I'm just,
oh, God, that's bad for you. You're really going to get distracted.
So I went to take my first shot, and I see a cheerleader looking at me. I'm looking back at her, and then I didn't shoot the ball in time, so I kind of, forfeited that shot.
Ooh.
But it was time for shot number 2. saw the cheerleader again.
You were just making it more dramatic.
Yeah, I was making it more dramatic. Like, this is like...
Still want to nail it on the first one.
Yeah, this is Space Jam, you know? It's like, I was going for the extension dunk. A little game winner.
Yeah.
Shot it, missed it.
Ooh.
No big deal. Everybody misses free throws.
Yeah, it could happen to anybody.
It happened to anybody. Even LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, they miss free throws, so don't get pissy at me, everybody. Okay, so at this point I was a little angry because I just missed 2 free throws in front of the hot cheerleader, okay? Little hot-headed. It's like, I should have made that. So, there's this big fat kid on the other team, okay? He's got the ball in his hand. I'm like, what the hell's this dude doing out here? Like, I know I've been riding the bench. Why is this dude in the game? They're like, with me? Like, put the stars in, other team. Put the stars in, coach. You got Crispy out here playing.
Don't they know what they're up against?
Yeah, it's like, don't put your scrubs out when I'm in the game. So this big fat kid had the ball, and I was like, no, this ain't gonna work for me. I jumped on his back, tried punching the ball out of his hand, which I guess is not allowed in basketball.
I wouldn't think so.
Ended up punching him in the head. So, at that point, it's looking like a fight. It's looking like a brawl.
Yeah, that's looking more like a hockey game.
Yeah, it's more like a hockey game. I was kind of checking him and stuff. I think I maybe said a bad word. I might have cussed at him.
Ooh.
At that point, whistle blown. Coach said, Craig, gotta get out of here. I was like, all right. That was the end of my basketball career. I didn't make varsity or nothing like that after.
But you did go in the locker room and bang that cheerleader, right?
No, it also did not happen. I think I embarrassed her, and I don't think she's ever said a word to me.
Ooh.
So I'm just being honest here. And that's the story of how I became Krispy Flakes.
And that's the legend.
That's the legend of Krispy Flakes. Not really, that's actually a different story. But yeah, so then I played at the Boys and Girls Club for a few years after. I racked up, I think I had one game where I had like 8 3-pointers, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you're pretty good at playing with boys and girls. That's what I've herid.
I think we'll end the video right there.